Rhonda.
Hey, Jody, how are you?
Good. How's your Monday going?
It's going well.
Awesome. So, did you see the exciting news that they have continued the incentive from last week?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Okay, so I had kind of heard through Kristen Landry that it might be coming. She kind of did a wink, wink in the 3-star and above Facebook message. But to be honest, I kind of forgot about it by last night. And I'm really glad they extended it because I had a bunch of people who were supposed to log on to our virtual event that we did Wednesday, and they weren't going to be able to watch it till Sunday night. So now I can go back and follow up with them where I don't feel like I'm, under the gun. So
Yeah.
in case anybody missed it, especially for those of you who are tuning in on the replay, we have free shipping up to $50. And the reason I think that they upped the shipping is I calculated for at least delivery to the Chicagoland area, what the shipping is for a value pack is about $45. On a 30-day, it's closer to $25. So I think they upped that shipping to $50 because people then coming in on the value pack get the whole shipping discount. But you don't want to announce free shipping up to $50 because if they're getting something less than that, they're not getting the full $50. They're just getting the free shipping up to whatever their shipping cost was. But then they still get the $29 free membership for wholesale pricing. And I missed this last week. If customers have BV of 200 or more, and they put an extra 6-pack of E-shots in their order, they get it for free. So they can get 2 boxes of E-shots, I believe, on the value pack. So that's super exciting. So that will run through again this week until the 8th. And really what I want people to remember and to think about is I think we take for granted how, especially us leaders, we've been doing this for a while. We feel great. We kind of forget what it felt like before we started, or we're in such a rhythm we kind of take for granted that we have this lifeline, I guess is a way to put it. So what I really want to encourage everybody to do this week is to think and really tune up your ears, because I think it happens in our daily life, but we're not listening. And when we tune up our ears, it's much more prevalent to hear and pay attention to is, who do you know that is looking for more energy, that is looking to lose weight, especially with swimsuit, shorts, summer season, on the horizon? Who do you know that needs better sleep, or maybe a financial lifeline? Maybe they're looking for an additional stream of income or to leave their job that they hate. That we have so many things to offer people that I don't want us to become complacent and really forget that this is a gift we have to offer. And as I tell my husband and my kids, let's not be selfishies. That was a song they used to sing in preschool about, I don't want to be a selfishie. And so that's our phrase we jokingly say in this house all the time is, don't be a selfishie. So I want to encourage our team not to be selfishies and forget that we have this gift to offer people. And with this incentive, now I personally am not going to promote this incentive on my timeline because I don't want people to get in the habit thinking they can't join without an incentive. That anytime, and you're the classic example of this, Rhonda, because when you first talked to Randy, what was his phrase he said to you?
Why are you waiting to get healthy?
So when people are ready for a change, they're ready, incentive or not. That I don't want us as a team, and I don't want our friends that we're talking to get reliant on an incentive. So if we happen to be talking to somebody and they're ready to go, even better if we have an incentive, but I'm not leading with that. So it's your discretion. It's the way, however you want to present it. But I just want you to think about that as you're talking to people, is lead with what solution do you have to help them? And then, let's capitalize on the money that we have to share with them that they can save. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely.
So one of the things I've talked about in the past is getting engaged in podcasts. So I want to ask, have you listened to any podcasts recently?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so who and which podcast did you listen to, and how did it speak to you, or what did you learn from it?
I listened to Susan Sly's,
Okay.
and I can't remember the actual title of it, but she was talking about making connections and talking to everybody you know and looking for other connections. Maybe it was building connections or something like that.
I think it was the one I posted last week in Shooting Stars, right?
Yes.
So it's called Back to Basics with Susan Sly, The Art of Inviting. So
yes,
what did you learn,
okay.
or what spoke to you from that one?
Well, I didn't, I was listening where I could not take notes, and she talks really fast.
She does. They both talk really fast.
She does, doesn't she? Very good. She's a very good speaker, but just talking about I appreciated her view of, even though she's a millionaire status, that she still starts talking, trying to make new connections everywhere she goes, and connecting with those people to keep sharing. Like, she hasn't given up sharing. I like that.
Right. Well, and I think it comes from, she still wants to have purpose in her life. And it's been a purposeful life, sharing this lifeline with people.
Yes, true.
Awesome. Any tips that you got as far as the art of invitation?
She said, go back through your high school yearbook, look at friends that you may have something in common with, joining groups that you can network with common interest.
Mm-hmm. Online and offline.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. And I think that's important, is some people, like, there's groups you can join. So if you have a love of dogs, or a love for cooking, or a love for yoga, like, find groups that you like on Facebook and just interact. And they talk about, it's not connecting to get somebody, it's connecting to add value to people's lives. So whether that's sharing that you have a great dog sitter, or you will offer to take dogs out for a walk if somebody's working during the day, or you're recommending a great restaurant, or you have a great health tip, like, connect to connect. Don't connect of, I've got to get somebody. And be intentional in your connections out and about, whether that's through a mom's group, whether it's moms with teens or moms with preschoolers, or maybe like Rhonda, you're in a band, so you're in front of people, whether it's your personal band or people you're performing in front of, or maybe you're in a knitting club. Like, be intentional about connecting online and offline, and together that's going to help increase people watching you to want to ask, hey, I see that you feel really great, or you're getting healthy, or you're losing weight, or you have this convenient meal thing on the go. Like, just doing your thing and being consistent with your posting is going to create that curiosity that they're going to ask. So you don't have to go hunt somebody down. And I heard years ago that this is the art of fishing, not hunting. And it's the same thing of, I've heard people say you want to treat it like you're dating, not marrying. Like, you want to create that curiosity and attraction, draw people into you versus chase them away like you're hunting them. And so I think she explains it eloquently, that if you haven't gone back to watch it, it is an ICE journey. I looked it up. I posted it March 21st. So you can just type in Susan Sly podcast and it'll pop up. So thank you for sharing what you learned. And that is one thing I really want to build into you leaders about, is I was listening, of course, to my favorite Chris Harder today, and his podcast. Now, I've never heard of this guy, so maybe you guys have and I haven't, but he was interviewing Joel Brown, and Joel Brown has an online movement, if you will. And, I was looking to see if it says what he's known for is, I think it's a podcast series, or following him on Instagram is called Addicted to Success. So I'm going to try and find out a little bit more about him, but it was a fascinating podcast. And what Chris talked about was, Joel is really strong at building a 10-year vision with people. And with having a junior in high school, these key 3 questions that Joel talks about, I actually want to really apply towards Jake. And it's funny that my first thought in listening to a business podcast was how I could apply it to my teenager. And then my second thought was, well, how can we apply this as a team? And so what Joel said was, he always starts with 3 key questions when you're looking to build your 10-year vision. And the questions are, what are you good at? what do you love, and how are you going to change the world? What are you good at? What do you love? How are you going to change the world? Then come up with 3 clear core values that you stand for. Maybe it's truth. Maybe it's integrity. Maybe it's gratitude. Maybe it's giving back financially or with your time. Like, come up with 3 core values that stand for who you are. And then find out how you're going to combine the answers to those 3 questions in your core values and make a movement around it. And I was like, wow, that is exactly what we're doing with Isagenix. Like, you know, hopefully by this point, your passion is a healthy lifestyle or healthy aging, helping others feel their best physically and financially. Maybe having the ability with your ISA wallet to give back more. Maybe there's a specific charity or something that is really deep in your heart, and this allows you to give back more. Or maybe it is learning how to connect with friends because you're thriving for deep connection and don't have it in your life. So whatever those are for you, I'm going to challenge all of you to really look at those questions and your core values. And then the next thing he says is, when you're working on your 10-year vision, you have to be all in clearly on what you want that 10-year vision to be. And it was interesting because he said after a year goes by, instead of counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, like when your year finishes, add another year to what that 10-year vision looks like, because the finish line is always a moving target. And I thought that was a really great visual for that. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys, because we do vision boards in January, and turning into April, we've finished a first quarter. So it's a great time to look back and reflect. How are you on your vision? Are you looking at your vision board every day? Do you have a 6-month goal? I know when we did our vision boards here locally, we worked more on a 6-month goal, which if that's what you're doing, we're halfway to that 6-month goal. So how are you doing on that 6-month goal? And do you need to, and I don't want people to downsize their goals. I would rather you amp up your intentions or amp up your actions to help you still get there, because we still have 3 more months for that 6-month goal. Or if you're doing a yearly goal, you still have 3/4 of the year to work on that goal. So I really want people to, if you've already gotten out of the habit of, and I am guilty of this, and the funny part is my vision board is sitting behind the computer, so I get so locked into looking at the computer that I don't look up and actually look at my goals, and they're literally right in front of me. So I don't know if you guys are like me, where after you get the excitement worn off from making the vision board, I'm not looking at it as intentionally, and I really want to get good at looking at over my computer and looking at it every day. Do you look at yours every day, Rhonda?
No. Yeah, I need to, but I don't.
Right. And maybe it's moving it to a different location so you see it better. Or starting out with a new morning or bedtime ritual. I know Chris Harder says the most important minutes of your day are the 7 minutes you wake up and the 7 minutes before you go to bed. And what are you filling your mind with in those 14 minutes? So maybe it's a morning ritual of looking at your vision board, and or a night visual of looking at it. Or if you have it on your refrigerator and every time you go to your refrigerator, you look at it, whatever's going to help you. I think it's important for us to look at that and not just treat them as a wish, but treat them as I'm going for it. And that really ties into that crystal reset that we've been talking about. So Crystal Manager deadline ended yesterday, and I do want to put a shout out to Julie Ash, because Julie Ash did capture that Crystal Manager reset. So instead of earning $250 for Crystal Manager, she earned $500. And because she promoted her second consultant, she got another $100 plus whatever she got in cycling. But she just earned $600 in bonuses. So yay, Julie!
Hey, good job.
I know, isn't that awesome? And I do also want to put a shout out to Michelle and Dan Reportella, because they promoted a consultant. So here's the other thing, people. Crystal Manager ended yesterday, but on this rapid crystal reset, because everything's moving fast, you have the next step, which is Rapid Crystal Director. And that ends at the end of this month, which is April 29th. So we literally have 4 weeks. Now, some of you may already think, oh, I missed Crystal Manager. That doesn't matter. put that goal out, write it down, put it in front of you. I know Cindy Walters does a thing of she puts sticky notes and she writes in the present tense, which is also what Joel Brown talked about. Put your goals in present tense. I am HIT Crystal Director. I am a Crystal Director, or I'm going to be a Crystal Director by April 29th, Sunday. And put 10 of them all around your house and car so that you look at it and see it and go for it, and look at them more as affirmations. That it is not too late, whether you are an associate, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a manager, it is still possible to hit Crystal Director in 4 weeks. And what do you have to get Crystal Director, Rhonda?
6 consultants.
6 consultants.
And they can be on either or leg.
Exactly. I was just going to ask you where they had to be. Thank you for answering that. So you've hit Crystal Director already, and you're going for Crystal Executive. So do you remember when the Crystal Executive deadline is, since that's what you're working towards?
May 27th.
Exactly. Good job for knowing the date. So let's actively be pursuing. I know, Rhonda's going for the Rapid Crystal Executive. I am going for Rapid Crystal Director and Executive. So I'm working this with you guys, that whether it's your personal coach who enrolled you or another coach, get the support you need. Listen to podcasts. Tune into those Wednesday Zoom calls that Isagenix provides for us. Find out if there's a local sip and sample or another virtual event coming up that you can participate in. All of my past virtual events, you can go back and still watch them because I didn't put a close date to them. So use the tools we have with us. 3-way calls are another great one. So I'm going to encourage you guys to go after it. We have 4 weeks to hit that Crystal Director. Do you have any wisdom nuggets, things you'd like to share with people since you've hit Director already?
If you hit Director, don't stop there.
Right.
Keep going.
Keep building. And why do we keep going? There's a couple of reasons of why we keep going. I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, one reason would be that maybe one of the consultants you have will drop off, so you always want to have a little cushion so that you can retain that position.
Exactly.
And then you always want to go forward because there's more money and opportunities waiting.
Right. And it's never a finish line. Like we just talked about with that 10-year goal, that finish line just pushes farther back. So right. Like you said, you want to have a cushion. It's not a one and done of I've hit executive, I've hit the finish line. You move that finish line and I think I heard it over and over on stage, you become executive again and again and again, that you want to keep promoting 10, that you don't just stop there. And then by doing that, like you said, Rhonda, you build a cushion. And again, what is your purpose? Do you find purpose in sharing and helping, giving people a lifeline? That it never stops just because you hit executive. There's still people looking for solutions for their health out there, and we have the answer. So that is a perfect answer. And I unfortunately have to go because I have to jump on the mastermind call. But 2 perks I want to point out when you get to executive. One is that you get to get on Cindy Walters' executive team mastermind calls every Monday at 11:30. And there's about 30 of us on there that brainstorm together, that talk about future incentives as a team together. And one of the things Cindy has is that if you're a Crystal Executive before celebration, then you get to join us on an executive retreat. Last year, it was on a little mini yacht. This year, I don't know where it is. We're still waiting for the details. But that always happens the night before celebration begins. So I know her executive retreat is going to be Saturday night, August 4th, if you're planning your transportation to celebration. And the second thing is executive matches. That we get matches for all of the cycles for the people below us. And we typically get 2 or 3 executive matches a week. And, who's going to turn away an extra $100, $150 a week in cycling because you hit executive? So that is one of the pieces of money on the table that before, you want to get to executive. So you're getting those executive matches, not to mention the pools that you get to play in.
Exactly.
So, reach out to your coach if you have questions about anything we talked about. For those local people, our next team meeting is going to be Monday, April 16th at 7 p.m. here. I'm open to topic ideas. I have not set the agenda, so I would love to hear suggestions on topics you'd like to have. And my next local sip and sample is going to be Thursday, April 19th. And so hopefully we haven't had one in 4 months, that I'd like to pack the house now that the snow is hopefully officially gone, although it was 25 this morning here. So hopefully the snow is gone. And let's get those going again. Do you have any coming up, Rhonda?
Not on the calendar yet.
Okay. Are you going to do some in April?
I would, yes, I'm planning on some. I just don't have the date yet.
Okay. So when you have the date, be sure to post that so that your people know. And that way we can help you promote it for your area as well. And if anybody has listened to this on replay, so either like the Iowa crew or the Georgia crew, if you guys are watching this and you have either virtual events, sip and samples, or team meetings planned, please post your dates below so that everybody can see those and we can help spread the word for you or with you. But thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to go jump on the mastermind call. And are you on vacation next week, Rhonda?
Yes.
Okay, so
I won't be able to call in on Monday.
Okay, well, have a great vacation, and we will see you when you get back.
Okay.
All right, talk to you guys later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.